Alrighty, let's do this thing. Hello everybody, welcome in. My name is Dean Dane. I'm going to be your host this evening, your streamer, whatever you want to call it. Welcome in, dear adventurers. Good to see you. Pull up a chair, grab a drink or a snack. It's time to have some fun. Huge shout out to Game Chops on YouTube, not a sponsor, but they do allow us to use DMCA and royalty-free music, which is what you're listening to right now. Huge props to them. Big fan. They can sponsor me if they want to, but they're not a sponsor currently. We're going to be playing some Dark Souls this evening. Do I have anything else to discuss? Oh, yes. One thing. If you haven't already, our good, dear sweet artist, Spice and Rose, has been nominated as Best Local Music Artist at Best of Boise. We definitely want to see if we can get her to win. So if you could go over there and vote if you haven't already, that would be huge, would mean a lot to me. Also, if you would like to pick up some awesome, amazing dice, you can head on over to diceenvy.com. They are incredible. Roll like Dice Envy's DM of the Year 2K19 with some Dice Envy dice. Thank you to Dice Envy for making me an affiliate. If you're joining us on TikTok, welcome in, TikTokers. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's get the Dark Souls going, shall we? I probably should stop the music. That would make a lot of sense. Too much sense, some might say. We love Game Chops, but it doesn't quite work for the vibe we're going for in Dark Souls, I don't think. If you're new here and you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Dean Dane. I'm a charity-inclined TTRPG and video game enthusiast here on Twitch. I'm an award-winning DM. I like trading card games, and I like kitties, and I'm a big dumb nerd. I love charity, so if any of those things are your jam, come join us, whether on TikTok or on Twitch. Would love to have you. Okay, so I gotta complain about something. One thing I gotta complain about. When last we played, I was petting my cat. I gotta clip this up on my TikTok, and I did a heavy attack, but I was closer than that, and it sent me off the edge, and I quit stream there. Surely nothing happened. Hey Jesse, good to see you, buddy. So I did that. I did that thing. Well, it turns out my souls were right there, so all was not lost. But we did end on a weird note, and that's okay. I went ahead, got my souls, went and bought the item that I was going to buy anyway, and now we can do this. So.
I'd like to issue a formal apology
Why do you need to apologize?
to all the Dark Souls fans.
Oh,
and to
yeah.
all the Dean Dane fans.
It's true. I can't believe...
Being cheater pumpkin eaters.
Yes. running to the one guy.
As Dane's vice president, I am also complicit in his crimes.
It's true. Hey, Jazzy, how's it going?
Going good. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing all right. A little tired this week, but
Oh,
you know, that's just life sometimes. I suppose.
you know what'll wake you up?
What's that?
Video games.
Yeah. Well, now we got the
Easy
power
peasy
power of the
video
cat
games.
on our side, and now.
Oh, you've recruited the cat now.
Well,
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the cat in real life.
no. I
I
mean,
thought you had somehow
Yeah.
like I thought you had somehow like been able to contain Sardine's power and like use it to your
Oh,
advantage,
God.
but you actually mean the in-game cat.
yes. Oh God, I just took
I
damage
understand.
off that. That's such a small fall to take damage on. That's.
I think if you fell from that height, you'd also take damage.
I
from it
don't
to some
think-
degree.
I don't think I would.
I think your feet would hurt.
I don't know.
I think you would take at least the 2% damage, 7% damage that you took here.
Like
So
that's a lot of health.
yeah, but that's like a 5 to 7 foot drop.
But there's no way that was 5 to 7 feet.
That was like that was taller than your character is.
Yeah, but I don't know how tall my
That was
character
a drop
is.
taller than your character is.
Yeah, but I could jump off of something 6'4" and feel fine about it.
But
I-
you're not wearing heavy armor and carrying a
Well,
giant sword.
I mean, technically, he's not wearing heavy armor either. It's ninja armor, which has got to be light.
Okay. Well, you're carrying a giant sword. You're carrying like metal greaves.
Well, okay, that is
you
that
got
is
a big shield on your back.
that is pretty far. Actually, kind of looking up, but I fell onto the other stairs.
Yeah,
I
and that's
feel
probably
like.
even worse.
Yeah, that might be more.
It's not even. It's not even a
precarious.
flat. It's not flat. You're like catching
Yeah.
yourself on a slanted tiling.
Maybe okay.
I'm just saying it would hurt.
Maybe. I think I could do it.
Okay.
Who
Should
do
we
you-
test it?
Who do you think would win, Jazzy? One set of stairs or 100 adult people?
I think 100 adult people would probably do their best against a set of stairs, but I think ultimately the stairs would win.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna be there long after I'm dead. That's a fair point.
I mean, I warned them about the stairs, bro.
Yeah, that's true. The more days that go by and that they haven't released a Snowvilliers card, the less happy that I am. It's become a meme amongst my friends. They sent me Titan today, and they're like, "Oh, hey, he's out." And I got excited for nothing.
Well, it's why you should ever get excited for anything ever.
I'm really bad at that.
A lot of good cards. Oh yeah, don't.
Taco. Okay, could we maybe?
Now, do you think 100 men could take one great gray wolf Sith?
No. God, no. He's got a huge sword. That's the only advantage we have as humans, is that we have the ability to use tools.
I think we need to start training more dogs how to wield giant blades in their mouths.
I kind of agree.
But at what point does that become like an ethical issue?
True. I think like how many dog-based murders does it have to take before we like put regulations on it? You know?
Can we try a dog in court for like murdering someone with a sword?
Well, because I don't really feel like it would be manslaughter, right? Like,
I mean, they would be slaughtering a man.
well, yeah, but I don't think dogs have personhood. Like, I think that they're people,
I mean-
but
Does any soldier have personhood?
I mean, humans do by default, yeah.
Okay, now play in the space with me.
Yeah, sorry. I mean,
I'm
there
just
are.
saying, if you
Yeah.
teach a dog to kill
Uh huh.
and it enjoys doing it,
Yes.
is it evil? I guess evil is the wrong word.
Right.
Evil is a very complicated word that I shouldn't use in this situation.
It is a hard word.
Is its enjoyment something that it has created of itself, or something that has been bestowed upon it because of teaching it how to wield such weapons of war and destruction?
Yeah, I think if you've got a being, because obviously, like, Sif is sentient, right?
Yeah, significant.
Like that goes without saying. So I think at the point where like the dog understands, at least in a rudimentary sense, like I must kill, for this is harming my favorite person's place of rest.
Mm-hmm.
I think at that point it's like, well, you're basically like a big old furry guy,
Really makes you think. It makes you ponder.
It does.
I think we should all ponder these things in our lives.
You pondering what I'm pondering? What?
I'm pondering all right.
What? I wish I had some humanity so I could buff the fire. I wish his hitbox wasn't so wonky.
I wish more than anything, more than light, more than jewels.
I wish I was a fish.
Okay. Wish granted. Become fish.
So
Ladies and gentlemen, Spice and Rose.
Spice and Rose, everyone. My favorite musician.
My favorite musician. Everyone please vote for her. Now.
You're a musician.
So good, hasn't even released yet.
Well, yeah, that's how hype we are for it. It's the
That's
mixtape.
like most indie artists.
That is true. Most indie artists haven't released anything yet. Did you hear about SoundCloud, by the way?
The website?
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Apparently they were using like AI to sample people's stuff on there.
Bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of people are like, fuck SoundCloud. But what I want to know is where are the SoundCloud rappers gonna go?
I know. I mean, well, you know Bandcamp, right?
Yeah.
You know Bandcamp? Okay.
Yeah.
As far as I understand, they haven't done that. But,
Okay.
this is sort of a parallel discussion that I'm introducing. One, they could go to Bandcamp because it's probably not the best for them because they got bought out by a not great company that not a few years back, I believe.
Sure.
But anyways, some friends of mine that are in a band and very infrequently put out music. When pressed on like uploading their music to more places or putting out more music, one of them said that they didn't want to put it on Bandcamp because it's not professional.
Oh.
Like it's not like you don't do that if you're a professional musician. I'm like, what? A lot of professional musicians put their music on Bandcamp. It's like a place to make money
Yeah.
off of your music.
One of my understanding is when they do their like Bandcamp Fridays or whatever, that like you can actually
Yeah,
make a
and all the
pretty
profits
okay
go to
amount.
them.
Yeah. I haven't killed any of these mushroom guys yet. I'll give that a shot. What's your deal?
Why? They're just frolicking through the woods.
Yeah, I hate that.
If you were frolicking through the woods, would you want someone to come up and just kill you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep
Oh,
that in mind.
He's running. Okay, well we're good now.
They're just little guys.
I felt bad.
You should. They went to go tell their mom.
I mean, yeah. What? Huh?
Bro, that's like 15 feet. That would hurt to fall. Even if
Okay.
you landed perfectly.
To be
it would hurt
fair,
to fall.
I didn't know there was a ledge over here. But also, I made that jump 2 times ago, and it was fine. I took no damage.
Because you hit the sweet spot.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Okay, well, fuck me, I guess.
Ash Treble.
Staying close seems to be kind of the name of the game.
I feel like that's like a really good strategy for a majority of Dark Souls 1 bosses.
Is it? Oop.
FromSoft in general just has like the rule of if it's really big and you can somehow get under its hitbox, just stay there. I think you should have just come into the fight with a bag of speedy snacks.
Oh, that's true.
Grab a comically large bone, and throw it.
A crazy big sandwich.
Yeah. A giant T-bone steak. So it drops
No!
the blade,
God, that was a good
like
one.
eyes pop out of their skull, and they like their tongue hangs out their mouth.
Yeah, totally. Night Rain training, you right, Ryu, you right. Kind of excited about it. God, I got to a
Night Train.
Night Train. I'm gonna be John Night Rain. I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen all of them
You're
yet.
gonna be not. You're gonna be non-Jite Rain is the words that are coming out of my mouth.
Non-Jite Rain. That's true. That's me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's one thing you should know about D&D. He's secretly non-Jite Rain. I don't know why the phrase non-Jite Rain seems like a thing that somebody shouldn't say, but it does.
I think we're inventing new slurs.
Yeah, boat goes binted.
Logo's binted. Am I right? Ekum bokum, everyone.
Not a lot of fodder.
Gunarva. Now we're just speaking Simlish, bro.
It's true. It's the nonsense to Simlish pipeline.
Yeah. I think they were onto something when they invented it.
Yeah. I saw a like mini documentary about the guy who created The Sims
Uh-huh.
the other day, and that's a pretty crazy story.
I don't know if I know the story of it.
He was working on a video game about ants and how like ants had to come together and like build stuff. And allegedly, he woke up one morning and he was like, "Man, there's a lot of smoke near my house. That's crazy." He lives in California.
Yeah.
And he called 911 and they were like, "Dude, don't worry about it. It's fine. We got people there. It's chill." And he's like, "Okay, cool." So he went back to work for a little bit and was working on his game. And then he like got up to use the bathroom or something. And there was even more smoke. And he was like, "Yo, we got to get out of here." So he grabbed his wife and they left. Ooh, fuck.
Smart.
And yeah, good thing to do when there's fire, you know. And his house and his entire neighborhood burned down.
Oh.
And then when they went back a couple of days later, it burned for like 4 days. It was a huge fire. when they went back a few days later, going through the wreckage of their home, he looked down and he saw some ants doing some stuff, and they were just rebuilding. They were they obviously been affected by the fire as well because nature. But they didn't let them stop it. The ants were just starting to rebuild, and he was like, "Man, that's crazy! A whole community of people coming together to work together and." Yeah, they have their own problems, but they don't let that stop them. And that's, I guess, where the conceit for The Sims came up, was that, people rebuilding and living their life and having, stuff happen to them that was random sometimes and not always great.
Good story.
Yeah.
It's a good premise.
Right?
I feel like not that long ago, I saw a video of I think it might have just been 2, the first 2 / only 2 for The Sims 1, the voice actors that did the recordings for Simlish,
Oh.
where it was just them ad-libbing some lines, because I think I can't remember the full context because it's been maybe a month or 2 since I saw it, but they were sort of talking about they kind of went in maybe doing thinking that they were going to try to do some kind of actual voice acting or some kind of other means of dialogue, and then the voice actors either the voice actors or the voice director started just ad-libbing sounds and vocal patterns.
That's cool.
And they were hey, this is actually working really well.
That's really neat.
And the actors themselves were improv artists that worked together a bunch, and so they were able to just play off of each other really well when it came to the dialogue and saying these things out loud, and in between recordings they were just bursting out laughing because they were just they could barely stop themselves from corpsing while talking in this made up language.
Afanada, bro.
It's fun. It's fun hearing people talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I feel and you look at The Sims, obviously a huge impact, but it also has carryover to. Hollow Knight's language is all bullshit. If you look at a lot of Legend of Zelda, anytime there is a speaking role, Midna, her little prattle.
Yeah,
is,
Animal Crossing, the little babble that animals will do.
I think those games may have looked different if The Sims hadn't done their thing.
Yeah.
Minda recorded all her lines in English? Really?
She's that powerful.
I didn't know that. Also, Night Rain comes out next week, doesn't it?
No.
Week after next?
Comes out on... It does come out next week, actually, yes.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, straight up, I was no, we're 2 weeks away from it.
I kind of wish we were.
I guess it's next Friday.
Okay.
Maybe Thursday? I don't know if we'll be as lucky
Right.
as it coming out on a Thursday in time where we can actually download and play it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Pre-download, right?
Steam says coming May 29th, 2025, which is next Thursday.
Huh.
But does that mean May 29th at 11 p.m.
Right. Probably.
CST or something? It's not really going to happen.
Dodge that.
I purchased it.
Oh my
But
god.
I don't know when that'll download will be available. Let's do some more research. Night Rain release. Let's say time. Is what I swear. Because we had this come up with
Shadow?
with Shadow, yeah, Shadow of the Earth Tree, is that it said oh, it's coming out on that Friday, but actually it came out on the Thursday because of time zones and et cetera, or something like that.
Oh, whatever. Come on now. Oh. Stuck? fine. We're good. I'm the best of this. I missed. Fuck you.
This is all speculation. On console, it releases at midnight your time. On Steam, I imagine it would be like Elden Ring itself was, which released a few hours earlier at 3 p.m. PST/6 p.m. EST on the 24th, as opposed to midnight on the 25th. Correct? So we might be able to get it. That's like 5 p.m. my time, 4 p.m. your time.
That's not too bad.
I imagine that would give enough time for it to download.
Yeah.
I can't imagine I don't even. Did they actually release how big the PC specs are? Storage, 30 gigabytes available space.
Only
That's, like, not
30? That's not bad in this day and age. Yeah.
Memory, This is the recommended. Like recommended memory, 16 gigabyte RAM, blah blah blah, 30 gigabyte available space.
That's not too bad.
NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1070, 8 gigabytes, AMD Radeon RX Vega 568 gigabytes. Do you have those?
Yeah, dude. I got both of them.
Okay. Excellent. And they cost 1 corn chip.
They did, yeah. It's a hell of a deal.
I'm excited.
Me too. I think it'll be good. Honestly, it's going to be a very welcome change from this game. I feel like, what's the equivalent? It's kind of like going from like the original Star Fox or the original Metal Gear Solid or the original Resident Evil into one of like the newer versions of today.
Yeah.
Where you're like, man, the bones were there, but they were crunchy.
I'm curious. I truly, I was talking about this with a friend over the weekend while visiting them, and I truly am curious how much staying power Night Rain is going to have.
Yeah.
And while I think that it's the purpose of most FromSoft, like Elden Ring, let's just say Elden Ring, is that like it is a very long, pretty difficult game that you're going to chip away time into over easily 100 hours or so.
Yeah.
Add on to the DLC, that's like another 50 to 100 hours, depending on the way you play it and how you experience it. But Night Rain being this like smaller scale, like format of like you do things for like a 3 in-game day period.
Mm-hmm.
In a sort of battle royale style. Battle royale still feels like a weird way to put it. Like a closing arena.
Yeah.
Where you are doing mini objectives and then eventually, potentially fighting a big boss at the end of this period.
Mm-hmm.
And then doing it all over, and then roguelike style, doing it all over again after upgrading your guys.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just so curious, like, what does the gameplay loop look like outside of that? How much, like, is there going to be a battle pass? Is this, like, live service?
Oh, yeah.
It feels like easy money for them to be like, and we're going to add more characters in it, and they're going to cost $5.99
Uh-huh.
like, or to $10.99 a pop to get an extra different character. And that's already, they've revealed like the original 6 characters, and then there are 2 more that they have only shown but not talked about.
Yeah.
That exist in the game that I imagine you unlock through like playing the game. Probably.
Secret characters in a Dark Souls? That's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's curious. It's such a curious little game. I wonder. I'm mostly like, I wonder how much. I just wonder how much you get out of a game like this.
I agree.
And I hope it's a
also
lot,
will.
but
Yeah.
I will be happy with whatever it is.
Yeah, I think regardless of what it is, it'll be fine. But I do think that it will be interesting to see how much we do get out of it.
And on the flip side, I curse him in his name and his Ken. Randy Pitchford being like, "Oh yeah, Borderlands is going to cost $80."
Yeah, you'll make it work.
If Nintendo can do it, so can we. And also, real fans would pay the money for it.
Yeah,
It's like, bro, I don't know if I'm a real fan that much, actually.
I will admit, for me, it is a matter of when I buy the game, because I'm going to get it, and I know that about me. But like,
Yeah.
I was initially planning to do it at launch, and now it's like, maybe I'll just wait,
I bet there will be other games I could be playing in September
Uh-huh.
that aren't going to cost $80.
right? Or that are and like don't have him at the helm of them.
Sure. And my other thought is like, listen, I'm gonna play Borderlands 4. I already know this.
Yeah,
Again, maybe not at launch, but I bet if you wait till like Christmas this year, that game will go on like sale for like easily $30 to half off. Like,
yeah,
I could see people very like the front load of that game happens, or hey, maybe it gets like decent but average reviews, like in like high 70s, low 80s, and it's not like this like 90s level game that I can't imagine it would be anyways, but and people are like, okay, well we need to get the product out.
yeah.
Sale,
Ship him.
push that shit out, and you know, then I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll buy this for 40.
Yeah. Like, and I understand, intellectually, I absolutely do understand that making games is more expensive now than it ever has been.
Yes.
I get that. I understand that. And I am willing to pay a nominative amount towards the pursuit of having people make art that I enjoy. But it is a little bit difficult. There is some part of me. I mean, like, and this is obviously I had a little bit more expendable income at the time, and the situation was different, and the world was a little bit different. But I remember there was not very many times, but there was at least one or two where two different video games that I wanted to purchase were coming out on the same day. And they were for different systems. I think one was like a Fire Emblem and one was like Borderlands or Final Fantasy or something. But they were coming out on the same day, and I was like, oh man, I don't know. I'm not sure if I could afford them, but I managed to make it work, right? And granted, I didn't do this very often, but I was able to drop $120 in a weekend to get the two shiny MacGuffins that I wanted.
Yes.
I could foresee myself maybe once a year, twice a year, being able to have that happen. What I can't foresee is 160. You know?
Ryu is like so real. Like MTG Final Fantasy and the Switch 2 and Pokemon Destined Rivals in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Like,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
like real. That's real. That's crazy.
That is way too much.
Like, and that's the thing is like you got in. I am happy that I exist in a state currently where I am not. I don't have to worry about my financial state currently,
Sure.
and so I can spend money more frivolously than I would, let's say, this time last year.
Yeah.
And it's nice. I enjoy spending things, and it's been nice to like just be like, okay, I'll just buy this. It's
Yeah.
nice going whole hog on things, treat yourself kind of deal. But like, I'm gonna be realistic. I would spend money on, let's say, get out of here, swelling mill, Kaju 50 all. Anyway, I would happily spend money on, let's say, a Mario Kart.
Yeah.
That is $80. Even if I'm not. That's different. I don't know. I'm not a big Mario Kart head, but like,
Sure.
I'd probably get a lot of enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
But you know, Borderlands 4 is a. It is a, in my thought, a 30 to 30-hour game that I could have fun with friends, and will probably have DLC. But you know. That's a game on sale, bro. You Magic Pixel the fuck out
I
of that.
did. I was really hoping I could get up, get
You
under
didn't
him
have
and heal.
You had 0 health.
I know. Yeah. And so, like, it's one of those things, and, you know, trading cards are going up in price as well. You know, even Pokemon, which has kind of been the lowest in terms of, like, barrier to entry, right? In terms of their pack prices have always been fairly low. or even
I don't know. I mean, I
They
guess in
have.
the past maybe, but
Well, they recently, I think it was a year or two ago, raised them by $1, and it was like the first time they had done that in a long time. Whereas you've got wizards out here being like, yeah, you'll pay $17 for this, right? Oh, $30? Cool. You'll pay $30 for this, right? Yu-Gi-Oh!
right.
Yeah, I mean, shut up, Jazz.
What?
Shut up, Jazz.
I know.
Whereas
We'll talk
Pokemon and
about it in a
Yu-Gi-Oh! Have always had like historically lower pack prices.
Yeah.
But their trace cards, other than a few key exceptions, also don't cost as much. There are some exceptions, obviously. There are going to be some things, but like pound for pound, they're like super high-end cards. Most times are like $50 to $100. Sure, you get some outliers that are a grand. Oh, let's just roll into it then. But
It's fun to roll into it.
roll into it.
Now, I don't know if you might have known this, Gum, but I've been getting a little into this game called Magic the Gathering.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, it's kind of an indie thing.
Yeah. I don't think I've
not
ever
many
heard of
people
it.
talk about it. Yeah, it's a little, people kind of gatekeep it a lot, and maybe it's for the best that they do that. But I was just browsing some sites a few nights ago, and I was like sort of like in a manic state, just sort of clicking things on my computer.
Yeah.
And as one does, and I bought some cards online.
Yeah. Are these
The brain's weird, right?
It is.
Like, you're just like, I need this cardboard. Like, I need this cardboard bad,
yeah.
bro. Why the brain like that?
I think what it is, there is a serotonin hit, right? Like humans naturally, we got that crow brain going on, right? Where we see something shiny. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's cardboard, gemstones, precious metals, fancy versions of something that we already have or already want. There are some people who are really into like expensive plates, as an example. Or collectible memorabilia from did you hear about the key to Disneyland?
I feel like I did, but I don't know.
Yeah. So they're selling this plastic key for $60. And what you do is that you then go around the park and you wait in line and you put the key into different keyholes throughout the park. And if you get all 9 of them or whatever, all 9 keyholes, it unlocks a secret compartment on the key that has one of, I want to say 9. It's corresponding with the amount of keyholes. It has 1 pin inside of it.
Okay.
So, if you're a Disney collector and you want all of them, you're going to have to pay a premium on the secondary market, or you're going to have to buy 9 of these keys and hope that the
That each
gotcha
one
gods.
is unique.
Uh-huh.
So basically, you're buying at least 100 keys.
Yeah. Or you're going on the secondary market and buying somebody's pin that they had and don't want that you don't have yet. Girl Boss Gatekeep Magic the Gathering. Put it in Mickey's Door of Darkness. Hey, yo, Spice, I don't know. and to be fair to the mouse, I love this idea. I think it's great. I would never disparage the mouse.
Is Oxox holding a gun to your head, like off screen?
Right.
Like, is Oxox a agent of the corporation?
Pluto sends his regards.
You've already lost your child to the darkness. Which one of your children would sell you out in a heartbeat?
Sardine.
Okay, I was gonna say it's probably Sardine, but
Like, she does love us. Actually, she's been really cuddly this week, which has been really cute, but it's been really detrimental to my work. Because I have
oh
this...
yeah, for shame.
I mean...
Kitten cuddles.
Oh, I don't...
How
I don't,
awful.
I'm not complaining. I know a few people who might.
Okay.
Like, she was asleep on my lap for like 2 hours yesterday, and I was like, I can't reach my keyboard in this position. I guess I'll just use my mouse and try to, like, get some other things done. Oxox is my anti-capitalist baby. Oh my god, yeah. We woke up this morning, so we get, like, packages in the mail.
Of course.
And sometimes they come from different places, but we'd ordered, we had their food on a set timer from Amazon for
Bro,
a
you
long
get
time.
packages
Yeah,
in
dude,
the mail.
In the mail.
And they come.
They do.
Can you say that on Twitch?
I just did.
Okay.
But so we put one of the Amazon boxes, one of the bigger ones. I mean, this is like a 40-pound bag of food that comes, so it's pretty big. And so the box that it came in is also pretty large. So we put it in there, and like they've been sleeping in boxes. That's where their bedding is. They seem to enjoy them. And like most cats, they do also enjoy chewing on cardboard. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a thing
That's
that.
okay. Mine loves plastic.
Yeah. I feel like they're either plastic kids or they're cardboard kids. So when we woke up this morning to the Amazon box almost ripped in half,
Okay.
and there's like
A bit of strength.
there's like a cartoonishly sized door in the side of this box.
I like this. Sorry, I was really distracted by you and Sif just sort of walking in circles
Yeah,
around
dude,
each other,
we're homies.
like a cartoon.
I don't know how I got that to go, but that was awesome.
Have you thought about the fact that maybe your cats are not cats at all and are actually like hyper intelligent aliens
Oh, you
that
know?
are like that were infantile but are very quickly learning and adapting to the way humans work?
I'd believe that, to be honest.
This is sort of what Scooby-Doo is.
That's is Scooby-Doo an alien?
Scooby-Doo is an alien. Well, in one of the early Scooby-Doo movies, him and Shaggy do fall for what they think are two bodacious human and dog hippie babes. They're actually alien dog and hippie babes.
I remember
alien,
that.
Human and alien dog.
It's in
hippie
like
babes.
New Mexico or something. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there's like, I don't remember the name of the exact movie.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's
that
along the
is
same
one.
lines of Cyber Chase, Witch's Ghost. It's in that
Yes.
line.
Cyber Chase is goated, peak Scooby-Doo movie.
See, for me, like I love Cyber Chase. Cyber Chase, real good, real good. Top 3, easy. But there's something about Zombie Island and or Witch's Ghost that just
Zombie Island,
oh
top tier. Hold on, I need to find the movies exactly.
yeah, is it like
Zombie
Alien
Island,
Invaders or
Cheap.
something? Yeah, it's so
that's peak.
good.
That's S. Alien Invader, it was Alien Invaders. Then it was Witch's Ghost, that's peak.
Yeah,
Alien Invaders, that's peak.
Yeah,
Cyber Chase, that's peak.
yeah.
And then after that, it's like a few years passed, and then it's like The Legend of the Vampire.
Oh, I never saw
And
that
it's like,
one.
there was like the run of like 98, 99, 2000, 2001 between Zombie Island and Cyber Chase.
Mhm.
Top tier, S tier Scooby-Doo movies.
So good.
Legend of the Vampire, I believe the Hex Sisters return,
They do. Oh, maybe I did see that one.
and I'm pretty sure they're there, and they like name drop like Yahweh as like a thing that is in this movie. I don't know. There's a lot going on
Yeah.
there.
No,
I
yeah.
don't remember Monster of Mexico at all.
No.
I do remember Loch Ness Monster, but I mean I remember it, but I don't remember it. I think like Shaggy or some of them they go to like see the Scottish games. Yeah, they go to Blake Castle
Okay.
at
Oh,
Loch Ness,
that's
a home of Daphne Blake's Scottish ancestors and her
Yes,
cousin
yes,
Ellen
yes.
Blake for the upcoming annual Highland Games. Yes, okay.
also
That was
everybody
okay. That wasn't
hydrate.
good.
That includes Spice and Jazzy. Also, hi Dicey. Good to see you. You saw Monster in
watch
Mexico last year on YouTube. I love that. Everybody, please go follow these awesome folks.
Some of these are just like, when did they make these? Chill
Yeah.
Out, Scooby-Doo, I don't know that one. I feel like I know Goblin King. Maybe. I think I watched that one. There's Scooby-Doo and the Samurai Sword. That
Ooh.
feels weird.
That does feel weird, but I'd watch the hell out of it.
Abracadabra Do, I feel like I saw. I don't remember Camp Scare. This is like we're getting into the 2010s, and it's where things are getting weird.
Yeah, I find it really interesting because there is a run of movies, like you said, that are just absolutely peak. And then it does sort of devolve into, like, just random shit. Like, that's where we get, like, Scooby-Doo meets John Cena. And they do, like, a WWE thing.
They do, yeah, 2014 Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Mystery.
Yeah. Which, like, that's fine. It's not for me, but that's fine.
They do a Kiss movie, apparently.
Yeah, oh, well, Kiss has always been a long-standing
Yeah, they do that.
group.
They do a second mystery with WWE.
How many could
Scooby-Doo and
they have?
WWE Curse of the Speed Demon.
Curse of the Speed Demon?
Yeah, and then they do Batman. Brave and
Right.
Bold.
Which, that makes sense. You know,
They
Scooby-Doo...
do a sequel to the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I had
I
heard
didn't
about
s-
that.
I might have seen this one, but I don't remember it.
Because the
Scooby-Doo and
original...
the Curse of the 13th Ghost.
The original one was so good.
Top tier. Top
Yeah.
tier.
Like, that's but like, before 90s Scooby-Doo movies that are just
Yeah,
goated.
That was the Scrappy Doo, because it was like,
Oh, yeah.
I remember liking that series because it was like, I liked whenever they like small into the Scooby Gang, and typically that would mean like Scooby, Shaggy plus some others, and so
Uh-huh.
13 Ghosts was like Scooby, Shaggy, Scrappy, and Daphne, and I just
Yeah.
thought like that's such a fun dynamic. I like these four as like a dynamic, and as like a child thinking that at least who has exactly those words and thought processes.
Sure, yeah, naturally. Which is the one that has Booby, or Googie. I don't remember her name.
Bro, you can't be saying that.
Sorry. I think it's Googie.
Which one has Googie?
I think,
Are
yeah,
are you talking
Shaggy-
about the one where
Shaggy
Shaggy
has
turns
a
into
girl-
a werewolf?
Yeah, it is Shaggy. Yeah, it is the werewolf. It is the werewolf.
You
Yeah,
know, that's
he's got
not
a...
on the list of movies here.
That's-
It's the reluctant. It's the animated
Reluctant
television film, Scooby Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf. But there's also Scooby Doo in the Ghoul School.
Yes. So he has, like... Shaggy has a string of girlfriends that typically show
Yes.
up for one movie apiece
Bro,
and then are never
here's the
mentioned
thing.
again.
Shaggy pulls.
Yeah, he
Shaggy's
do.
not game. He consistently gets girls, and then something happens and they have to fuck off or something.
Yeah, like... What did he do to Googie to chase
He's
her away?
got swag.
He do.
He's got that stoner boy swag.
I will say, outside of the OG, what's Scooby-Doo, Where Are You, and What's New Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated is probably, in my opinion, the best modern representation of the Scooby Gang. It's so good.
I saw like only a few episodes, but I've seen like I really liked that one. I think that's the one where he's an alien.
Oh, is it?
It's
He
either
mi- he
he's
might
either
be.
an alien or he's like an alternate dimensioned like he's an eldritch being. I think he's an eldritch being. I think that's actually it. I think he's not an alien. He's like an eldritch being or something like that. Some kind of deity in dog form.
That tracks.
They gotta like tell me this, right? Where is it?
I will say this, going back to, I think it's Witch's Ghost. Terror Time is some of the best music ever made by mortal hands. Because it's terror time again. It's got you running through the night. It's so good.
It's just Mystery Incorporated being like there's a world-ending threat that they have to fix. A main character dies.
When I like that, like the character of Mr. E is really interesting to me, and I'm not gonna try to. I'm gonna try to speak a little bit vaguely, just because I think everyone, if you like Scooby-Doo, you should watch Mystery Inc. It's real good. But there's like another gang of crime solvers that comes before the Mystery Inc. gang. And I think the world building they do it's all contained in Mystery Incorporated. It doesn't see play, I don't think, outside. Fuck me, that was so close. It's just really good because there's this like, yeah, these were mystery solvers, and then Mystery Inc. comes in and they start to unravel a mystery about these past mystery solvers. It's just, it's so good. Ghoul School is awesome, I agree. Shaggy got that dog in him. Well, his best friend's a dog.
That's true.
Hex, give me curry. If Ryu's getting curry, I also want curry.
Wait, can I have some
I know.
curry?
I'm just saying in general. It's in my contract. Whenever Ryu gets curry, I also get curry.
So Spice is making curry?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Spice is making curry.
Okay, thank you, Spice.
Jazzy
Everyone say
says
thank you,
thank you.
Spice and Rose.
Jesse, get over here. I'm making you curry.
Thank you, Spice and Rose.
Alright, I'm on my way.
Only got blackberry bacon pancakes, my lord.
Making pancakes, making
Making
bacon pancakes.
Taking bacon and then put them in some pancakes.
Give a pancake next to you today.
I know. I said thank you earlier. I know.
Can you say it using your Japanese lessons?
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you.
I'm gonna eat my pancake. I just want to have it as a victory pancake.
What if it's what you need to fuel you winning this?
Sorry, Jesse. I was being death noted.
Haunted?
That too. I was being death noted. What did you say?
Probably some bullshit.
That doesn't sound like you.
I know. But there's every once in a blue moon.
Speaking of other like TV shows that have had a lot of or not a lot, but a few iterations, I saw a clip today from Teen Titans Go that explained our healthcare insurance system in the United States,
Yeah.
and honestly, it did a better job of explaining how the process works in a way that I think most people could understand it than any HR rep I've ever had.
The funny thing about Teen Titans Go is that while you never have to hand it to them, I think they've both been around long enough and have developed a writing style that's sometimes they'll hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. You know, it's one of those things where I know
And
a
they
lot
can
of
just
people
sort of do whatever the fuck they want now.
Yeah.
They have a blank check.
and a lot of people were upset because, oh, well, this isn't like the Teen Titans show that, I love, and that's fair. It's okay to not like something, but
Oh yeah.
Honestly,
that was in DD.
over a number of hotel stays going to different conventions, I've seen probably 60 episodes of that show, maybe some of the same episodes. But honestly, not as bad as a lot of people make it out to be. Do
That's
I
the
like
thing,
it?
right? Is
Yeah,
like-
but
Sorry, it's 60 out of 1,000 episodes.
Yeah.
Is okay, yeah, some you have to imagine you're seeing maybe 5% of a show, and then there's gotta be the rest of it that's okay, well, this is just
sure. But you know what I mean? I feel like that's a pretty okay sample size to make an opinion, a semi-informed opinion, right? I've not seen the whole
Yeah.
discography, but it's fine. And there are stupid poop jokes that are there for little kids or people with little kid sensibilities, and then there are like I mentioned, the highbrow. Here's how our insurance works. Jokes more situated for, I would say, older folk. And yeah, it's not the same, but it was never going to be. There was a Thundercats reboot in 2011 that nobody watched.
I didn't, but I know of it.
Um,
I didn't watch it because I was never like a Thundercats person.
Sure. And that's totally fair, right? Like, not your thing, but there were a lot of people who didn't watch it. And then when Thundercats Go, or whatever their equivalent of that is, came out.
Thundercats Ho.
That's what it was. People were like, oh my god, why are they doing this to my childhood? And it's like, because you didn't support the other one. Like, that's how this works. They're going to keep reiterating on things until they, find one that people want to watch. And kids aren't that discerning, turns out.
Thundercats Roar.
Roar.
Sorry, I had to get that one correct.
No, you're good, you're good. I get it. The Thundercats people will come for you if you don't.
Lasted 1 season.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Do you know how many episodes?
12.
Is that the final guess?
No, 24.
Okay. 52.
Ooh.
11 minutes.
Yeah.
But, no. 52
Similar.
episodes of a single order.
I kind of miss
you
when
know.
shows would do that. Like huge seasons.
You're saying you're not a fan of the Netflix model of 8 episodes
No.
and then canceled?
Yeah, after the first season.
No, I get that though. I also like really. I don't know if I love like 11-minute shows, and again, it's gonna be mostly kid shows that are doing this. So like, I'm not exactly their audience, but I also I agree that like I kind of like whenever things are just like, here's 1 season. It's like double the length of a normal show, and also its episodes are like bite-sized.
Mm-hmm.
Can they tell a compelling story in it? No. Are they trying to? Probably not.
Yeah.
It really depends. I mean, I don't do much television watching, let's say.
Sure.
I don't do much watching of most media at any given time, but I'll always think back of like, man, it always sucked whenever like Steven Universe was airing, and for some time, like let's say the first season or so ran pretty at a decent pace. I don't remember if it was week to week or like every other week or something like that, but we got regular episodes, and then
Yeah.
they ended, I think, season 1 around the time that like they introduced the characters of like Jasper and Peridot, and like the big things happened in that like finale. But then after that, like it came to the time of like, okay, well, we're not really getting as much attention or money or budget for these things, so we have to stagger our releases, and like big Steven Universe drops that happen like every 4 months, and here's like 5 new episodes that are like a mini arc or something that are thrown out like over the course of a week, and it's like, okay, well, here's your drip feed of media. It's like, well, this isn't great either.
Yeah, and it's really frustrating to me. Also, thank you, Spice. This pancake is fucking awesome. It really frustrates me. Yeah, dude. Yeah. All right, chat. Open wide.
Oh. Gulp.
Give me chocolate. Oh.
Or give me death.
But yeah, and we're seeing that in a lot of media right now too, right? Where you've got like your first parts and your second parts. You've got your season 8's part 1, your season 8's part 2. Like it is trendy now to sort of drip feed these things to try to keep people longer, and to try to get the whole like, in Magic the Gathering, you've got secret layers where it's like, oh, this is only going to be available this one time. You better get it now. If you don't, what if you miss out? And it's similar to like, well, you guys complained about not having any Steven Universe, but now we're giving it to you, all at once. Isn't that cool? That's what you wanted, right? And it's like, well,
Don't get me wrong. I'm eating. I was eating it.
Yeah.
I promise you. But like, oh boy.
yeah. And like, I'm happy to
Animation-
wait until it's done. Like you guys
Animation has
take
always
some time.
been such a weird spot. I feel like I don't know, a lot of TV shows don't do a similar thing as like the dropping of like 5 episodes every 4 months or something and like telling you, well, here you go. And that's because like live action is more often more watched and ordered by like seasons, and like there's certain episode counts that they hit, and they don't have to like worry about like, will we be able to make these episodes or finish this show because the network doesn't approve what we're putting out or what have you, or give us the time slots for it, yada yada. But I'll always think one of my favorite perspectives on this is like, there was the Voltron Netflix show.
Yeah.
It's like 2013, 14, 15, somewhere around there.
I enjoyed that show.
That show was, I believe, 6 or 8 seasons.
Yeah, it was quite a few.
And all of that came out in 2 years.
Yeah. They
Like,